I may seem like an ordinary worker, but in reality, I have something to say. I am the proletariat philosopher.
If you walk in and you have 500 bucks, all right, and you start playing with 500 bucks, and you win 500 bucks, get the out of there. Leave. You just doubled your money. I'm not there to have fun, and I don't want the liquor, and I don't want to. I'm there to win. So I bet as high as they will let me bet. And if I bet $75,000 and I win two hands, I leave. I just won $150,000.
Gambling, the games of luck, where the stakes are high. Casino, blackjack, betting, the lottery. What they all have in common is luck. These are all luck-based games, and people who play them are full of excitement, compassion, and thrill. And how could they not be? A huge sum of cash is at stake, but as we all know, luck is uncertain. Some can win.
Oh! Oh! I got it! I got it!
Get back!
Yeah! Yeah! Let's go!
But others lose.
Everything! 21 again, man! Again, man!
I asked some people in my countryside of Tanya about gambling, and their answers were negative. I heard stories about how it's similar to drug addiction, that people who don't like to work want to earn a quick buck, and that because of gambling addiction they lose family, friends, and they live a chaotic life because they're constantly in the search for money that they're in debt to. Now, not all gamblers are addicts.
In the early 1980s, Ceci and Leica visited Brandywine Raceway, a horse racing venue in Delaware, and they interviewed 30 avid racetrack patrons. For the next 4 years, as they studied and tested these men, and they were all men, they discovered that they fell into two quite distinct groups. 14 of them, the experts, were remarkably good at predicting the final odds that would be offered for the horses in each race, while the remaining 16 were not much better than the average punter. On the basis of extensive interviews with these men, Ceci and Leica concluded that the mental processes by which the experts arrived at their predictions could be modeled as a complex linear equation based on 7 numbers referring to the horse's previous races, such as the average speed at which the horse ran, the size of the track, the weather conditions, so on. Except that these men didn't know anything about linear regression or statistical modeling. They did it unconsciously, intuitively, without really knowing how they did it. They paid attention, took in various bits of information, and then, while they mulled it over in their heads, as if from nowhere, a number would hop into their minds. And that number was usually very close to the real probability that the horse would win the race. And it's that mental process, taking into account a variety of information and somehow arriving on the basis of that at a probability estimate that I call risk intelligence.
To be fair, life sometimes feels like a gamble. Sometimes luck plays a major role in one's life. We gamble when we get a job, promotion, rank, and etc. Luck can help us when we least hope so. Gamble is as much a part of us as everything else. We all sometimes roll the dice hoping that we'll get what we want.